and how the society was developing, because there was a lot of stress coming in. Everybody needed something more than physical treatments. So I started to also understand that there was a big and great need of emotional understanding and intelligence. And also the mental understanding of the effects, how we work as human beings, and how we also create a lot of our own diseases through stress because we can't handle stress. And like a child, I said, they need a security within and love to grow. And this is also what we need all our life, even if we found different purpose in life. Even if we are in business or within athletics, or if we are just a family, father or mother or whatever, to take care of the common day. And from the beginning, there must be an education to understand, as I see, because you have no clients if they don't understand what they need. You have to, and you can do this with great leaders. I work with doctors, specialists, and different forms, psychologists and everything. And they, of course, reach with their abilities, security for patients to come to them and search for help. But they're also not able to help everybody who comes because they have different issues, the people who is coming. So you have to widen the treatments and understanding for the clients. So I try to go out in the emotional world also, understand the emotions with people, so you can create this secure environment for people, so they can get in balance with themselves, so they can go deeper with themselves and perhaps release the stress that was the source of the disease or whatever. You can give treatments with medical, of course, and everything. And everything is needed. It's not that I say it's one treatment, but we have to understand what the clients need or the patients or whatever. And that was not enough, because you need also the mental understanding and the safety to understand your emotions, and of course to work in a society that's consciousness always changing. So when you reach the point where people couldn't find help in physical treatments or emotional understanding or in mental understanding or with medical understanding, there was still a worrying within people and everything, and distress in different, of course, situations for different people. Then you had to go deeper. And when I reached deeper into the contact with the soul and this awareness of the soul, that I was a soul, then I also reached the security within that I know my client wanted to have, because they needed this contact to be so safe in their environment, no matter what they had for purpose. I work with the Olympic Games, I work with business leaders in Europe, I can reach anybody, and also the family with a mother with stress or a child that has problem because they're worried for the future when the school and everything. This is big problems with the economic changing and everything in the world, because you don't know where is your future, how will you get a safe environment. You've been living in India, as I see, for a long period and learned to handle stress. And this is also developed your spiritual, as I see it, as I look at it with all respect, develop the conditions so you can handle stress. This stress is with spiritual awareness and everything. But you also need structures to develop the people in the country to get education and everything, so we understand how we should develop to get a security where we can communicate and develop together, and also communicate abroad, and also communicate around the world to get a safer environment for a future, where we can see a future in the world develop, so we can believe in something again, so we can create dreams and create a world we want to live in. A secure world, of course. I believe everything is connected to each other. And we are working in different levels. Everybody's working in different levels. But I see with education, and it's take time, of course, but the more educated people get. In Sweden, I saw from the beginning, for 30 years ago, nobody searched for these treatments. They should fix everything themselves, and it was too expensive, and so on. So they didn't want treatment. They didn't understand why should they get treatments. But after a while, when they got these treatments going and the spa and wealth and health was growing in Sweden, then suddenly everybody, there was a lot of people, because we have within ourselves to help each other. It makes us happy. That something is within us all. This is pure love and understanding and happiness. So when they were starting to feel that they could get something to develop themselves and also be a better person to help somebody else, and they could work with a profit on it, they could live on it. Then they started to do education, and when they went to education, they started to understand how we function as human beings and what are our needs. And they told their families and everything, and this spread and spread. So now I would say that half of the Swedish people are educated and therapists. But they're not working as therapists. They are living with an education and knowledge of what the needs are to taking care and have a safe environment and function in the society with different purpose, even if they then choose to be a business leader or whatever. So this is something who comes, and then they come these skills and qualities in also the treatments and everything. And of course also we have the medication system with doctors and everything that complete the physical treatments and everything. And the psychologist working with the mental, so they have selected with a good development to help people get connected to their needs depending on their problems. And everyone is unique, so we have different problems, we have different constitutions, and that, you know everything. I think you know the most of it. I just want to give you an opinion of what you're standing in. You have a big challenge here in this country, but you also big potentials of what you're developing. But you have to communicate with each other, and if you do that, then you can develop it in a good way. And I see in Europe and Sweden, there will always be problems. If it's not for food or room shelter, then it's a problem with money, because I work with millionaires, and all these people have so much money, never have to think about it. But they have the most problem of them all, because they are always worried about what's happening with their money. And when I go up in the levels with the Olympic Games and everything, I will tell you, they're so fantastic, the best in the world at what they're doing, but they have emotional problems sometimes. They are not satisfied with themselves. They have bad self-esteem and everything. So we all have things to work with, even if we are fully developed. It's just to create, I believe, a secure environment where we understand we do what we can, depending on where we are, and everything will take its time. And when we develop this in a secure understanding within ourselves, and we reach a security within ourselves, we will also reach deeper within ourselves, and we will get connected to what we really are, according to me, with all respect, our soul. My soul is here to develop and learn something and share development with all human beings around me, and that's fantastic. But this is what it's all about, and then at the same time we have our needs with food and sleeping, everything. We must take care of ourselves. And how can I work as a therapist if I don't feel good myself? I will tell you, there is nobody in Sweden or Europe who is coming to me if they don't feel my energy. My energy is always, almost always positive. I haven't been sick for, I don't know, 30 years now. I have nothing. I sleep like a lamb. I live in love. I have a happiness and everything. But not that I have less problem than anybody else. And don't misunderstand me. I'm not talking about myself now. I'm just showing how important I think it is that you work with yourself. Because this makes me interesting for people who want to be successful in their life. They want to be happy. They want to develop. And when you see somebody, and when I go to a spa, and I find a therapist that I feel is in the heart, that I can't pay enough. Because I go into that state of mind and I share it. And that gives me health in my physical body. Of course I can get also treatments with Ayurveda or whatever, or treatments in different ways. There's so many treatments and techniques today. But the most important thing is the person I meet. That's why it's so important that the one who is therapists, I see, that put money in education in the one who is working with them, because they are the company. And they will also create an environment for people who want to come there. Because if there is good energy in a spa, then there will be clients. because they will also spread and they will have more and more to do, and then you have a business. But you can't think that you want money and you want to structure and forget what it's all about. The most important thing, according to me, is who you are, and take care of yourself and share it, and share development with the common being. Then we will have a better world, I hope, with peace and love and health and everything. Thank you. Namaste.